Well, hey there, and welcome to Unmistakably You. Happy New Year. I can't even believe how quickly we got to this place. It is 2024, and I hope that you've had some downtime over the holidays to relax and enjoy spending some time with your partner. If this has been your first holiday together, what an awesome chance to create some new traditions. If you've been together for a while, an awesome opportunity to honor some old traditions. And if you just got engaged over the holidays, oh my gosh, congratulations. You are about to start a pretty wild ride, but we are here to help. As we do every Wednesday, we are here to share some thoughts and insights into wedding planning. We've been doing this a really long time. I started Unmistakably You way back in 2009, and we have seen it all. So we pop in every Wednesday night to answer questions and to hopefully help you out if you're struggling with any elements of your planning. So as always, don't hesitate to pop a question into the comments or to email me directly. My address is amy@unmistakably.you.com, and we would be more than happy to sit down and chat about ways that we can support you through your wedding planning. Now today, as it is the new year, and as we do, we tend to set some resolutions for our year and how we're intending it to go. And I thought I would kind of talk about that tonight, but I do feel like the term resolution is kind of confining, and it also tends to be something that sometimes we do a lot of, and we get kind of unrealistic, and we set some resolutions that may be difficult to keep. So this evening, I would like to chat instead of about setting resolutions. How about if we set some intentions, and we are just going to focus every day on trying to move a little bit closer to those goals, and our intentions are going to be very manageable and able to be maintained and kept, and we're not going to feel that sense of dejection that we often feel when we fall back on those resolutions, or we break those resolutions. You know what? I want to keep it simple because I know that you have a lot on your plate. No one is ever just juggling getting married. Oftentimes we are juggling getting married and getting a dog, or buying a house, or changing careers, or maybe starting a family. And there are so many things to think about and plan for. I want to keep it super simple. Follow the KISS rule. Keep it simple, stupid. And we're just going to set two intentions, two hopefully very manageable things that you are going to be able to hang on to throughout the duration of your wedding planning. And that applies to anybody, regardless of whether you're getting married this upcoming season or if you are newly engaged and you're just starting your planning. These two intentions are things that I think are totally applicable at any stage of your planning, even if your wedding is next week. So here's the first one. I want you to prioritize. So you are going to set your priorities by having a communication, an open conversation with your partner. You may need to include some other stakeholders into these discussions if there are family members who are financially helping out with the wedding or who are really, really emotionally invested in the wedding. You're going to want to make sure that you include those people. Sorry, there's a fruit fly. It's driving me nuts. Real life, folks. So you're going to want to make sure that you set some priorities and that you stick to those priorities. And that's going to really help you to shine a light on what's truly important in the wedding. Now, what's truly important are going to be the things that are going to be memorable for you and for your guests in the years and decades to come. Those will be the things that you're going to talk to your grandkids about. Those are not things like how your napkins were folded, or the fact that you couldn't get peonies in August, or, that one guest that you nagged and nagged for an RSVP and they finally said they're not coming. These are hopefully the things that you're going to be able to let go of. So in your priorities, you're going to think about the things that are truly important that you're going to focus on, and you're going to try not to sweat the small stuff. So set those priorities. Don't worry about the things that don't impact your overall guest experience. There are a million details involved in a wedding. We all know that. But I promise you, listen to me when I say your guests are not going to notice anywhere near the things that you think they're going to notice. They are going to notice the food, the drinks, the party atmosphere, and the love between you and your partner. They are not going to get invested in the color of the tie perfectly matching the color of the bridesmaid's gown. They are not going to care if all of your signage has the same graphic on it. Now, of course, those are the things that I'm paid to focus on, and those are the kinds of things that I'm happy to help guide you through. But, and I may be shooting myself in the foot when I say this, don't focus so much on those things that you sacrifice your enjoyment of the process. So don't sweat the small stuff, focus on your big priorities, and hopefully that will help you to be in a better headspace so that you can enjoy not only the planning process, but also the weeks leading up to the day of, when your stress is going to intensify. I mean, I wish I could tell you that just by prioritizing you'd avoid all of your stress. I would be a liar. There will be stress, and no magic wave of my fairy godmother wedding planner wand can take that away from you. There will be stress, but hopefully that stress is focused more on the things that are truly going to make an impact on your guests and are going to create memories for you and your partner, instead of those tiny little things that nobody will notice. So set your priorities and don't sweat the small stuff. The second intention that I'm going to ask you to set is not to procrastinate. If you've heard me talk at all before, you'll know that procrastination is the mother of stress. And while you can't eliminate all of your stress, you can certainly do an awful lot to reduce it. And so I'm going to advise you that regardless of where you are in your plans, whether you are newly engaged or whether you're getting married in a month, there are still things that you can just decide when to do and decide intelligently so that you set those goals in a timely fashion and so that you're not leaving anything for the last minute. Like I just mentioned, the weeks before the wedding are going to be busy. You're going to have to get your final numbers to your venue. You're going to have to follow up with those people who didn't RSVP. You're going to have a million things to nail down with your hair and makeup artists and your photographers and your videographers and your florist and your DJ. So very many little details in those last couple of weeks before the wedding. So don't leave any of the big stuff until then, because procrastination feels good in the moment. So get her done. Knock those things off the list early. Create that list. Do it in order of your priorities, in order of, proximity to the wedding. I have lots of checklists and schedules for you that I'm happy to share. If you're interested, just drop me an email, amy@unmistakably.com. I would be happy to share those with you so that you know what to do when, because sometimes that is overwhelming, is just knowing when to go shop for bridesmaids dresses or when to book your hotel block. Those things can be stressful and overwhelming, and that's where maybe you want to seek the help of a professional. I'm more than happy to help with that kind of thing. But get those big things done so that those 2 weeks before the wedding, you can deal with all of those minute little details that have to be dealt with before the wedding. You don't have to assemble all of your favors the week before the wedding. You can do that months in advance, of course, depending on what your favor is. If you're baking cookies, you can still do that in advance. The freezer is your friend. But do try to make sure that your signage is designed well in advance, that your seating chart is designed well in advance. And then you can make those little tweaks before you send it to print in, the 2 weeks before the wedding. Make sure that, you've discussed and set schedules for your transportation weeks in advance, so that all you have to do then is confirm those times with your bus company or your taxi or your limo. So there are lots and lots of things that can be done in advance, and in the moment it may feel great to push them off until later, but just remember that procrastination is going to lead to infinitely more stress for you in the 2 weeks before the wedding. So again, 2 quick little intentions that I want you to focus on. One is setting priorities and not sweating the small stuff. And the second one is not procrastinating. Those things seem simple, but trust me, they are both big deals when it comes to your entire experience of wedding planning. And I want that experience to be great. I don't want you to be so stressed out by the time that you get to your wedding that you just want it to be over with. I've had so many couples come through my door who are just done and they can't even enjoy the wedding because of the headspace that they're in. And I do not want that to be you. So as always, I am here to help. I would encourage you to contact myself and my team if you are in any... Just lost an earring. Wow, we got fruit flies and earrings are falling out. Wow, let's lose that one too. Anyway, if you are in any state of stress or overwhelm with your planning, whether you're right at the start of your planning or closer to the end, we have a team who is here to help. And we would love to hear from you. So don't hesitate to reach out, amy@unmistakably.you.com. If you have a suggestion for a future live topic, if you'd like to book a consult to come in and sit down and just figure out how we can help, we're more than happy to do that. Until I see you next week, enjoy your planning. If you're newly engaged, enjoy that engagement, and I will talk to you soon.